It happened in 2012. Played the IPL in 2012, and the lead up to that was interesting because I had scored my first Test 100 in Australia in 2012, followed by that game against Sri Lanka in Hobart, where we chased that total down within 40 overs. That came out of nowhere. Honestly, I did not believe that I could do something like that at the international stage. It happened. Gave me so much belief from there, and then Asia Cup came and I got 183 against Pakistan on a Sunday. Everyone was watching, so things really just turned in about 6 months for me. But I forgot the basics of the game. I started becoming more desperate, and I thought went too far ahead of myself. I thought this IPL I'm going to dominate everyone. But the moment IPL started, a few games which didn't go my way, and my mindset completely dropped to the other end. I was eating anything that came in sight. I was finishing candy packets, 40 pieces a packet. I would finish 3 packets a week. I was eating horribly, sleeping horribly. My habits were all over the place, and I finished IPL. I remember I went home, came out of the shower first day, and I saw myself in the mirror and I was ashamed. It was literally, I saw myself and I thought I'm looking at another human being, and I told myself, look, if you want to play cricket at the highest level, this is not the way that you can manage. And from next day onwards, I changed everything about my diet, the way I trained, everything, and from then on it was just an obsession. And so my mindset was, I'm going to go to Australia, and how am I going to score runs against these guys? I wasn't going out there to survive. And from the time I got back home till the Australia tour, I promise you, I was visualizing every day when I was working out in the gym that I'm hitting Mitchell Johnson, I'm hitting these guys all over the park. And those things came to life eventually because I convinced myself to an extent. When I went there, I was absolutely fearless and things just started flowing. To be honest, before that Australia tour, I was treating every foreign tour like more like an engineering exam that I have to pass somehow, and I have to show people that I can play at this level. But there I realized that once you're down and out, there was hardly anyone who came to help me. There was hardly anyone who was looking towards me and saying, listen, let's work together and try to get your game up to speed. Everyone was just going after me left, right and center. So I was like, am I playing to prove these people wrong? For what? I've got nothing to do with them, and they literally have nothing to contribute in my life. So I went back home. I was down for quite a bit. The great thing that happened at that stage was I realized who's with me, who's not. Things were filtered to an extent that I just got so relaxed when I went back home. I was like, okay, I've hit rock bottom now. No one believes in me. Everyone thinks I should not be playing Test cricket. So what can I do? I can just work as hard as I can. As I said, with fame, with money and with success, there are too many people who become close to you, and you tend to sort of forget from the core of your heart who you really are. But this is the guy I've always been. And the beautiful thing about my journey from a young age group has been that I was part of an academy where no one was talking about that academy or that club. So for me, the only way up was, if someone's getting 100, I have to get 200. Otherwise, no one's going to notice me. And I had that fire inside me all the time, and that's exactly what I did to come up the ranks. I scored so many runs that people could not ignore me, because that was my only driving force. And for me, one thing was always very clear. When I step onto the field, I'm going to give 120% every game that I play. And one thing for a fact, that no one can count that against me. Till the time I play this game, I am going to play this way, and this is who I am. And if my mindset in the field is simple, I will not stand around wanting people to do something that I'm not able to do first. For me, every ball is an event. I'll throw myself around every ball of the whole Test match. Whether it's the 90th over of the 5th day, I'll still throw myself around, because for me, every moment is an opportunity to make your team win. And that is exactly why you step onto the field. You have to make that time count. Our careers are so short anyway. Even if you play for 20 years, after that you can't play the game. So when you are on the field, you absolutely make most of it. And I let things flow. I don't necessarily look to put any restrictions or tabs or filters on me, because I feel like I have to be myself. I have to be my organic self. If you don't like it, that's fine. That's for you to judge, or you to decide. But is that going to make me change myself? Not at all. When my back is against the wall, there's only one way for me, and that's forward. And I will do everything in my power to fight my way up again. But for me, there always have been two options for me. Either it's fight or flight, and I've never taken flight.
Or flight.
I've never taken flight. For me, that's just not because look, I can take flight if I can't sleep peacefully at night. for me it's not worth it. I might as well take the fight. If I fail, I know that I took the right option, and that gives me peace. For me, when I leave the field, as I just said, I need to be able to know that I've given everything I had and I sleep like a baby. There is nothing else that can distract me then, because in my potential as a human being, God has blessed me with a healthy mind, healthy body, an opportunity which everyone wants. So I have to be honest to that. I have to live up to that. So for me, these things are just a process, just a part of the process, which is you keep moving forward. You keep taking the positive option. Whether you get success or not, that's irrelevant, but never take a backward step. If you told me I had to walk away from this game tomorrow, I can walk away without any regrets, because everything that I've done since I entered the Indian cricket team has always been for the team. The mindset is simple. Let's go out there, have fun. Just enjoy this moment. Face the fear, look it in the eye and say, fine, I'm gonna have a smile on my face and I'm gonna keep coming at you. And that's how I live my life as well. I don't live my life half and half. I've never done something which I'm not 100% convinced about. So for me, as I said, if you wanted me to walk away now, I'd have zero regrets in life or in cricket. But this culture is what is more dear to me, and I will do everything in my ability. Even if we lose a test match, I want us to go for the win, and not surrender or try to save a test match on day 3 or day 4. That for me is just not acceptable. So for me, as I said, milestones don't matter at all. If I had played for milestones in my career, I probably wouldn't have half of what I have right now. So my mindset is pretty clear, and for us, it's just pursuit of excellence.